closing techniques. There's so many of these out there, right? If you read these sales books, and they reduce to the ridiculous close. And the NLP techniques where your budget is to buy a house for $150,000, so they want you to spend $200,000, so first they take you to a house that costs $300,000. You say, oh my God, that house is so beautiful. And you're like, yeah, okay. And they tell you, well, it's $300,000. You're like, dude, I told you my budget's $150,000. And then they take you to some dump, that is priced at $150,000. And then, of course, the third trip, they take you to this one that costs $200,000 or $195,000. Hey, Rodrigo, good to see you. And they have there's a name for it, some NLP, something to do with contrast, right? So they create this contrived contrast to get you to do that. There's the Benjamin Franklin close, which is, well, let's put all of the reasons you should do this on the left side. You're going to make more money. You're going to have fun. It's going to grow your hair back. You're going to lose weight. You're going to be sexy to the other sex. You're going to become a millionaire. And then let's, list the reasons why you shouldn't do this. And then, of course, you don't help them. And, it's just, hey, Penny, good to see you. Michelle, nice. In Massachusetts, all right. Danielle, good to see you. Just joining us, check in, let me know where you're coming in from. And even if you're watching the replay, let me know where you were dialed in from, because I like to check back afterward and see. So there's all those closing techniques, right? And here's the thing. Think about how do you feel when somebody's closing you? I've got this, actually I don't have it here, it's in the San Diego place. I've got a special edition Range Rover Evoque, which was designed by, Victoria Beckham for Land Rover. They paid her millions of dollars to create this special edition to kind of add some cachet to their brand. I think they only made 200 of them or only 100 of them. And 3 of them made it to the United States. I walked in the showroom, I saw one. The salesman didn't even know what it was. I was like, what is it? He said, I can't let you buy that. It's like $40,000 or $50,000 more than a normal Evoque because of this paint or something. But the paint is amazing. It's this matte finish, and the rims were just off the chain. So I'm like, I want it. Doesn't matter. No, you can't. Dude, I want it. Let me write a check. I'm going to get it right now. So we go into the office of the closer, right? If you've ever bought a car in a dealership, you know who this guy or gal is. Their job is to upsell you everything, right? The rust proofing and the alarm and the satellite radio and the whatever. So when you go in there with your $20,000 car, it needs to be $25,000 by the time you finish with them. And I just hate that part. I order a car and I buy what I want on it. I don't like to be upsold or whatever. So one of the things the guy had told me about this special edition was it had a bespoke luggage set that went in the back. It wasn't in there when I looked at it, but he said it was this special made luggage set that fit exactly in the back. So I say I want to buy the car. They take me into the office with the closer, right? And I see like 3 suitcases sitting against the wall. So I sit down, I look over there, and I say to the guy, for anything else, I say, please tell me this is not my $40,000 set of luggage. And he laughs and he says, I hate to break it to you, but yes, that is your $40,000 set of luggage, because it's, a $40,000 premium for this car, and luggage is one of those things. Now, obviously, it has mohair carpet and the paint in the rim, lots of other stuff, but, so I made that joke. So right away, I'm thinking, okay, I just shelling out 40 grand for a set of luggage that I'm never going to use because I like my Toomey luggage to begin with. And now I got to go through all this nonsense with the guy. And they never just let you write a check. Right? And the greatest thing happened. He said, listen, You know, my job here is to upsell you to other things, but there's nothing I can upsell you. You have the single most expensive vehicle that Land Rover has ever made, so I got nothing to sell you. And I was like, oh, so great. Let me write the check. I wrote the check and I left. Hey, Dennis, good to see you. Jose Luis, good to see you. That was such a wonderful experience because he wasn't trying to close me. I had money. I knew what it was. I'd done my homework. I looked at that. I knew what it was. I wanted to buy it. So what about if your customers, your prospects, the people who might be customers for your product or potential team members who might join your business, what if they felt the same way? Think about that. And thanks to whoever given those likes and hearts. I appreciate it. And remember, tag your team members or share this if you got people on your team that you want to get this training. So think about this, that instead of the closing techniques, because here's what I've found. I believe there's universal laws, right? Like gravity is a universal law. Centrifugal force is a universal law. And one of the universal laws, I believe, in our profession is the harder you close somebody, the less they duplicate. And the less you close them, the more they can duplicate. And it's like this cause and effect relationship. Remember, we are a business of duplication. The way you're going to build passive residual income is you're going to create strong duplication in your team that goes down dozens of levels and then hundreds of levels and ultimately thousands of levels. But if you do the business with closing techniques, with all these sales techniques, here's what you're going to run into. The fact of the matter is about 10% of the population are sales types. They know how to sell, they love to sell, they have no fear of rejection. About 90% of the population are non-sales types. They don't know how to close, they don't know closing techniques, they're timid, they're shy, they may be deadly fearful of rejection. So what about if you could do the business in a way that even the non-sales types could create customers? Even the non-sales types could produce strong volumes. And most importantly, even the non-sales types could create duplication. And that's what I'm advocating for you, is instead of closing your prospects, open them. How do we open them? It's very simple. We educate them. We give them enough information so that they can make the best decision for them. That decision may be that they just want to become a customer of your products. That decision may be that they want to join your team and build their team of their own. Or that decision may be that they say, you know what? I'm not interested in those products and I'm not interested in doing that business. So thanks for inviting me, but it's not for me. Hey, Jeremiah, good to see you. So think about that. How about if we open people instead of closing people? So if we say, okay, how do I use tools? Because tools, hey Sharon, good to see you. Tools are going to create the easiest way to duplicate. And what about if we use those tools to educate the candidates, to show them what this product or service could specifically do for them? And then they could decide, is that a benefit that they want to get? And we educate them to exactly what doing the business is about, how it works, what it would take to become successful, how we will help them become successful, and what that process looks like. So they have enough information to make the right decision for them.